If you want to usher mediocrity out of your life, the simple thing to do is to face each day with purpose. I'm excited about each of us who are just day by day individuals, maybe unknown in the great scheme of things, yet very known to the lives that we affect.
You know, with my life, I want to help people make more so they can give more, so they can live more.
One of the critical keys to making sure that we're living an effective life, a service-oriented life, a strong life, is to make sure that our bodies are in the best shape that they can be. Let's enter the time machine, go back to the 1900s. Precisely 1978. I was in a tiny convenience store in central Alabama, and no, I do not expect you to know where that is. You basically got welcome to Central and thanks for visiting on the exact same sign. So when I was in the small convenience store, I remember walking in and looking at the magazine rack, and up high on the shelf, I saw peeking out behind another magazine a bicep, just this huge bicep. I'd never seen that before at all. Here I was 10 years old, and I thought, I probably should not be looking at this. So I climbed up the shelves, even as I would do today at my height, and I reached up, I grabbed just the corner of that magazine, I pulled it down, and there in all of its glory was this giant arm connected to this bodybuilder, and I thought, this is it. This is what I want. I want to get in shape like this. I want to look like this. As crazy as that sounds. So instantly there was this goal, and there was this belief, and there was this desire. And so I went home and I told Mom, I said, Mom, I've got to have some weights. And that Christmas, under the tree, guess what? Diversified product, weightlifting set, all 20 pounds, a bar that was just about this wide, concrete weights that were purple, which is pretty cool because the Hulk's pants are purple. And I began training, I began lifting, I began taking supplements. And back in that time, there was none of these supplements that had, what do you call it? Flavor. This was like drinking chalk, but it's what needed to be done in order to get the body that I thought that I wanted. And so I began training, and I began to become healthier, and I got in shape, and my muscles grew. I ended up competing in powerlifting and in bodybuilding. I even ended up owning a fitness center. So this one image stuck in my mind and completely changed my entire life. Well, after owning the gym, I got kind of burnt out. I decided to take some time away from training. And I took about 20 years away. My body was not in shape. I did not feel good. I was not eating right. And I knew that I wasn't making the biggest impact and the biggest difference that I can. So I'm in the process of getting back in shape. Why? Because our bodies, this is what we have. This is how we serve. This is how we go to work. It's how we make a difference. It's how we impact our families. It's how we have a good time. And the better shape that we're in, and listen, I'm not talking about crazy great shape. I just mean highly functional. The better shape that we're in, the more muscle that we have, the better we're able to function. The more our brain works, the more our body works, the more productive we become, the happier we are, and the more we can impact the lives of other people because we are at our best. The better that we function, the better shape that we're in, the greater impact we're going to have. And the cool thing is, it doesn't take too many levels to really hit this. There's basically two functions. Number one is fuel, and number two is force. Fuel is all about what we eat, how we eat. Now, you can get crazy if you want to. You can count every single calorie. You can look at micronutrients. You can eat twigs and bark. There's a lot of people that do. I'm not one of those. I still eat what I would consider real and regular food, but I have to be careful with it. I have to understand the proteins, the carbs, the fats, just so that I'm taking in the type of fuel that is going to help my body function in the best way possible. But secondly, it's also your force, the things that you're doing to work out to train your body. It could be that, like a lot of folks here, you're out running or jogging or walking or strolling or biking. It can be something very simple and very low intensity. Or you may decide that you're going to train. You're going to get in the gym, you're going to lift, you're going to change your body shape, you're going to change your muscle mass. All of that's going to be part of your program. But what does that end up doing? It ends up changing the function. Your fuel and your force change the function of your body. And when your function changes, your service changes. You're able to go to work, feel a lot better as far as your mood goes, a lot better as far as your focus goes, and a lot better as far as your impact and your activity. When you feel like your body's healthy, when you feel like you're on track, you're going to be able to do things with your family that you couldn't do before. You're going to be able to enjoy life in ways that you never have been able to before. That's why your body is so critical. It is your instrument of serving yourself, serving your employer, serving your employees, serving the world, serving everybody around you. We're going to bring the greatest value, we're going to bring the greatest service, and we're going to make the biggest difference when our body is functioning the way that it's designed, so that we can live as long as possible to serve as many as possible. I often say that success is not an accident. That's not just a platitude to me. It's not a little tagline. It means that we've got to be intentional about our life, that we've got to be focused about our life. It's not just going to happen. You know what? Getting out of shape just happens. Feeling lethargic just happens because we weren't intentional. But if we'll be intentional, we'll have the energy, we'll have the focus, we'll have the presence, we'll have the strength to do everything that we want and everything that we need to do in life. I don't want to overcomplicate it because it's not complicated or difficult at all. You want to make sure you're focused on your fuel, you want to make sure you're focused on your force, and your body will change and your world will change. You'll become more productive, you'll become more focused, you'll become more aligned in life, and you'll become more alive. That's why I say success is not an accident. Your body is not going to happen accidentally. It'll happen accidentally to the negative if you don't do something, but if you want it to be positive, you got to be focused. Success is not an accident. Be blessed.